Right, welcome to a very good morning. I was on Fifi Manfred on YouTube. Fresh morning, exciting morning, good morning. I was on Fifi Manfred on YouTube. Charlie, as you've given me the job, the asudi, the ability from God, said the BIM for the fresh news and the best form of analysis and from Bro there. Every day we come here, we'll give it to you best hours on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. If you've not subscribed to the channel, so do it, subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. In the notification turn, make sure that you do choose all, just so anytime that there is content, you are first to have it here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Charlie, if you're an investor, so I've seen all of you guys who send me messages on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitter that you want to join the Fiifi-Manfred groups and stuff like that. If you go to the TikTok page, there is a link in the description. Just tap on it to go to the Fiifi-Manfred betting group. There are, I think, about 2 or 3 of them that are already existing. Each morning, if you come on YouTube also, there's all the codes are there in the description of the video below. Every video that we post the codes in there. So make sure you go and pick it up. Somebody said they've not seen it before. I was surprised. I mean, unless that was the first time that you're watching the video, but every time it's in there. We don't stop. And we decided that even throughout the season, at the break where it was a little bit difficult, we're still not going to stop. Just to let you know that over here, we don't give up on anything. And if you want to win, this is the best place for you. So today's codes are ready in the description of the video below. Please go and pick them up and give yourself a good chance at winning something over here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Today's codes, look out for the 10 odds, look out for the 20 plus odds. I'm very certain at least 2 codes are going to boom today. I'm very certain at least 2 codes are going to boom today. So go and find them out and make sure that things go on well for you. See, let's say a big thank you to Yesumo Spare Parts Dealership Shop. Charlie, Yesumo, the best in terms of the current model of cars. I mean, I've had calls say, go for every Yesumo, Ekasomo, Toyota, Sienna, and the other cars, Michelle. If you have the current cars, I mean, what cars are we using there? Whether it's Range Rover, Mercedes, Lexus, Acura, Highlander, CRV, Honda, Accord, Corolla, Elantra, everything, need spare parts now. Go to Yesumo and everything is going to go well for you. Abosoka, Paka, and call them. If you are not in Abosoka, so they are now or even in a car outside of a car, so free on 059 313 8221, 059 313 8221. Open jerseys, Ashet. And as the season is starting, they are in the best place for you, Diego jerseys. Call my man Diego on 05462795112 or Atonsu High School Junction. I Diego jerseys. Yeah, Atonsu High School Junction. Just call my man Diego. Obebo jerseys. Come on. Let me say also a big thank you to top notch digital services. Top notch digi services. Charlie, account to be our TikTok now program manager. Open be your professional editing the ML then go to my man our top notch digi services go and check my TikTok out. If you go to my TikTok, he manages all the videos after we do the analysis. He posts them in a very good light. He manages it nicely on my call top notch 054 3317 088 054 3317 088. Charlie, Adone timer Jiao Hatu news in break here. Namanda. I was tired. I was tired, so I went to sleep right after coming back. I went to work. Of course, I do other things also. So after show, me come around, Then I told you that we are building the Fiifi-Manfred studios, big space with about 3 separate studios or 1 prison or around tech and so we should do content that will allow you to do it. If the contents that we do over there, you want to also come on board, we'll bring other people. Those of you say infrared and other people, we are going to do things. So we are enlarging the coast. So I was there. My view on my back, I was tired. So I just ate and I'm a crocodile. I just ate bread and cook. Very funny meal. But of course, I just needed to eat something against dinner. I slept. So I woke up somewhere around 11, 12. And I'm realizing, Charlie, Jiao Hatu deal had gone through. So wow. Then I went to find all the juice, all the details. I won't say that. Our Jiao Hatu news in his move to Chelsea Football Club. But let's start with this. Lionel Messi in MLS now, it looks as if Lionel Messi is taking it by storm. It looks as if he is really, really imposing himself and putting a signature and a stamp or MLS. Now, the team, LA Galaxy for no, Omo a game. Who say Omo banning Lionel Messi for 2 games for missing the American All-Star game, MLS All-Star game, and Obaba. Obaya or assisting you. Second assist was super. Like, the game was tight. How many athletes? Very physical, end-to-end action. But see, Lionel Messi is having a very, very good time on MLS team. And especially Omode na down for power Rodrigo Di Paul sans be kind of hodie. And they not fakra because now Rodrigo Di Paul ni Luis Suarez ni and Lionel Messi ni and Rodrigo Di Paul agility team number of Fiifi-Manfred, and then they are making Lionel Messi play the football that he wants to play. Very, very successful. After the game, you could see that Lionel was really emotional, having some emotional words with some of the Atlas players. And of course, that's a good one for him. See, Victor Osimhen has finally landed in Galatasaray. About 1,000 and over people and an air tracking the flight of our branch friend Victor Osimhen. That is something for this number of people to track the flight of our branch friend Victor Osimhen. Tells you that how these Turkish people were so much in love with him. Literally, they had fallen in love with our branch friend Victor Osimhen when he went to play at Galatasaray on loan from SSC Napoli. The deal was bizarre. So I'll review the details of the deal. What went on is that Napoli agreed that they were going to give Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray for 70 million, but Galatasaray did not have 70 million upfront. It was going to break their finances. So what happened was that they gave him to them for 40 million upfront fee, and then they are going to pay the 30 million in 2 years in stock, just in two openings. They should pay the 30 million for them. Then they told them that they can't sell Victor Osimhen to any Italian Serie A side in the next 2 years. They can't sell him to any Italian Serie A side in the next 2 years unless he goes outside of Italy. Finally, Victor Osimhen landed with his family, his wife, his girlfriend, his girlfriend, his daughter, and of course, the Galatasaray fans were there in their numbers to go and support Victor Osimhen and then let him know that Charlie, he is loved. He's loved as a player. Last season was a good season for him. Galatasaray are playing the Champions League this season. They've added Leroy Sané to the pack. There is Dries Mertens. There is all the quality players in there. After Victor Osimhen, it looks as if Galatasaray are going to go to Manchester City. Initially, we thought that it was going to be Ederson Morales. But it looks as if the news that is coming out of Manchester City is that they are going to allow Stefan Ortega rather to go. Stefan Ortega. They will keep Ederson Morales as still the number one. They will add James Trafford as they've already done, and then let Stefan Ortega leave the club. So Galatasaray wants a goalkeeper. William Ochoa has really done a very good job for a long time at Galatasaray. They need to bring in another goalkeeper, and it looks as if it's going to be somebody from somebody from Manchester, this time at Manchester City. So we are going to see how exactly that is going to pan out from there. Big news is the story of Manchester United. Charlie, 2 games, 2 solid games with the Premier League Summer Series. So like last season, Chelsea played in the Premier League Summer Series. This time, they are not in. Manchester United have played 2 games, 2 wins. Champion Ruben Amorim. Champion Ruben Amorim. Charlie, the man is turning the club around. 2 games, 2 wins, beating West Ham United, beating Bournemouth. 2 Premier League teams on preseason, getting the job done for them. And the first one against West Ham United, people thought that maybe it was just the first game of the season and West Ham United are not sharp. But this time, against Andoni Areola's Bournemouth. Charlie, but have you seen what they've done to the Bournemouth team? Centre back 2, all of them out. Elias Abani, close to Paris Saint-Germain. Dean Hudson, gone straight to FC Real Madrid. Then Milos Kekes, gone to Liverpool. Right back there right now, the Kepa Arrizabalaga was their goalkeeper, has gone to Arsenal. So they've broken down that Bournemouth fiber. In the middle of the pack, yes, there are a couple of players that there. Antoine Semenyo is there, Dango Ouattara is there, Jackson Clovier is there. But really, most of their important players have left, and they have to find a way to rebuild that team. Else, next season, it's not going to be a good one at all for them. For the part of Manchester United, Matthias Cunha did not play. Brian Mbeumo also did not get to play in this game. What it meant is that Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Rasmus Hojlund, and of course Ahmad Diallo led the lines of Manchester United. And for me, I think it was a good game, especially in the opening half. Goals from Rasmus Hojlund for a player who is lacking in a lot of confidence. That goal will do him a lot of good. And I like the fact that when he read the flight of the ball and attacked the ball in between the two centre backs into the far post and then beat Georgi Petrovic, who was just on watching in that instant. Then a bad pass on the back meant that Patrick Dogu was put in through 1v1, but that was poor goalkeeping from Georgi Petrovic. Patrick Dogu made it 2-0. Man United winning 4-1 with goals from the academy boys. And I like the only thing I didn't like again is the problem of Manchester United's midfield. Again, I mean, there is a lot of conversation around the fact that Manchester United may bring in a striker this summer. But I keep on saying that for me, the bigger problem I see in the Manchester United team isn't in the attack. I think that they've done very good job with Brian Mbeumo and Matthias Cunha, given what these two players can give them. But there is a bigger problem, the bigger elephant in the room is in the middle of the pack. What is the correct pair for Manchester United? Is it Kobbie Mainoo and then Manuel Ugarte so that Bruno Fernandes plays as a 10? Is it Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo so that Bruno Fernandes plays as a 10? Is it Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte so that they have Mason Mount plays as a 10? Because you ask yourself, oh, Mason Mount as an 8 next to Manuel Ugarte or Casemiro. I don't know what really the permutation of Ruben Amorim is going to be like going into the summer, but then they couldn't really hold on to the ball. They lost possession easily. Their combination passes wasn't really the best. But again, it's just preseason. Ruben Amorim has always wanted preseason for his boys, and hopefully he's going to get in some good performances going into next season with he and his boys on So Manchester United on top of the summer Premier League series table, with 6 points, 2 games, 2 goals over there. And what we are hearing is that they have gone to make some enquiries. Manchester United on Abrante, friend of Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig. Now, see, this is the thing. At RB Leipzig, they need to sell 2 of their best players, either of the 2 of their best players to be in good financial standing. It's not as if RB Leipzig needs money. It's not as if they don't have money. But that is why either of Xavi Simons or Benjamin Sesko, one of them has to go. Now, they don't really need too much money, but then they are going to be in an excellent financial place if they sell either of those 2 players. First one is Benjamin Sesko. The next one is Xavi Simons. Now, because they don't need too much money, they are not in a hurry to sell anybody unless you pay the right amount of money, the right amount of evaluation for either of the players. They are not in a hurry to let any of the first players go. The first one is Benjamin Sesko. What RB Leipzig mentioned to everybody, including Arsenal, who had come to ask of Benjamin Sesko, was the fact that the fee is 75 million base fee plus add-ons, and then plus sell-on clause. It's very expensive. Very, very, very expensive. In fact, doing that deal for Benjamin Sesko is very expensive. Newcastle knows that. Manchester United knows that. Chelsea knows that. So I'll tell you why Chelsea are in that conversation in and around RB Leipzig and then, of course, Benjamin Sesko. So, but then, really, very, very expensive to do a deal for Benjamin Sesko to move out of the club. So, will Manchester United hold on to Rasmus Hojlund, who hasn't been bad in this preseason, or they are going to go onto the market and then bring in another player in Benjamin Sesko into their club? That is something that we are all waiting to see, but it's not going to be easy at all. It's really going to be a tough, expensive game between the 2 clubs. Very, very expensive match over there. But this is the thing. Why I'm saying that Chelsea are in the conversation around best Sesko and then Simons is not because Chelsea wants Sesko. Chelsea do not want Sesko. But the most important thing is that if Manchester United buy Benjamin Sesko or Benjamin Sesko goes to Newcastle before Xavi Simons is sold to Chelsea, then Leipzig are going to be in a stronger financial position. Already, Leipzig are saying that they won't take anything less than 50 million euros plus 10 million add-ons, making it 60 million for Xavi Simons. They won't take it. So if you are coming to ask about Xavi Simons, if you want a player of Xavi Simons' quality, then what you do is that you pay the money that they're asking for you. But Leipzig don't necessarily need money. If they sell Benjamin Sesko 75 million, it puts them in a solid financial standing on their books. Going into next summer, going into this season, going into everything, solid financial standing for RB Leipzig. So obviously, this is a team where you want to finalize the deal for Xavi Simons quickly, just so you don't put yourself in a tight corner. Although another thing also is that Bayern have wrapped up Luis Diaz, and in finalizing Luis Diaz, what has to go on is that the next move they need two or at least one more attacker. I've mentioned to you Serge Gnabry is entering his final year of his contract. He's 30 years. Leroy Zani is gone. Jamal Musiala is going to be out for at least 4 months over there. They've brought in Luis Diaz, who's a left winger, will create, will be versatile, will be aggressive, and will create chances and probably give them a lot of goals, which is very, very good. Last season, scored 13 of them in the Premier League. Very, very good player. But then in and away from that, Bayern Munich want another attacker in their team. And they went to Stuttgart to ask for Nick Votermand. But then Stuttgart said, hey, we are not going to sell the young man to you. As it stands now, we are not selling Nick Votermand to you. So what we can do is that already two offers from Bayern Munich to team my friend Stuttgart, and Stuttgart phone have turned all of them down. You turn them down. They say that Charlie, who sold the boy to you? If you really want to make sure, say, you get the boy Nick Votermand there, then you bring proper money. We won't sell him to you. So two offers have gone. They've not sold the ball. Now, Bayern are still lurking around. They are asking questions. They are hoping that the deal for Xavi Simons goes on late. And that's why I'm saying that if Chelsea delay and then Leipzig sells Benjamin Sesko, what it means is that they have bought more time for Bayern. And then Bayern can regroup, gather themselves, and come back onto the table and then discuss with Leipzig for Xavi Simons and probably make it a bidding war. If it becomes too expensive, Chelsea will pull out from the deal for Xavi Simons. And once the deal becomes too expensive, the operation becomes too expensive, Chelsea may have to pull out. So it means that Chelsea have to sign Xavi Simons quickly, or else there can be some issues over there. But big congratulations to Chelsea Football Club for bringing in the best under 19 player, left centre back. Everybody at Ajax Amsterdam, everybody in Amsterdam, everybody in the Netherlands says that is a gem of a player. According to them, Chelsea aren't just buying potential. And a 19-year-old with 100 caps under his belt, 100 appearances for his club under his belt tells you that this is a top player. He knows exactly what he's doing over there. I like the fact that if you've watched Jiao Hatu as a boy, he's very, very classy, very calm, very composed, speaks nicely, very respectful as a player. When you look at Jiao Hatu, Chelsea finally agreed with Ajax Amsterdam. This one I was telling you, the Ajax wanted 60 million for him, but they need money. So the fact that Ajax Amsterdam needs money to balance their books, I think they need around 9.8 million euros on their books over there. Then they need extra money to go and make some purchases. One Japanese player from Mönchengladbach. So in all of that, they had to make a decision. What we heard is that in pounds, it is 35.5 million pounds for Jiao Hatu. That means there's 40 million euros for Jiao Hatu plus add-ons, and then a sell-on clause also for the 19-year-old Jiao Hatu. Trust me, Ajax Amsterdam didn't want to sell Jiao Hatu this summer, but Chelsea did a very good job. Last season, if anybody went onto the market to go and look for a player on the market and say, oh, you want a left centre back or a left backer, Jiao Hatu probably would have been more expensive. Ajax Amsterdam felt that next season would have been a better time to sell him, where most of the left backs will be. I mean, now there are a lot of left backs in the top teams. Barca has Alejandro Balde, Paris Saint-Germain has Nuno Mendes, Real Madrid have bought Alvaro Carreras. What's his name? When you go to Liverpool, they've added Milos Kekes over there. Chelsea already has Marco Correa. In fact, when you look at Man City, there's Josko Guardiola over there. They have a lot of quality. Nathan Ake is also in that regard. They have a lot of quality in the left-sided area across the top teams. So they were believing that maybe next summer, that is where there's going to be a need for left centre backs or left backs in their team. But Chelsea made sure that they finalized the deal. 40 million for Jiao Hatu, sell-on clause, 7-year contract, 7-year contract up to 2032. That is where Chelsea are getting Jiao Hatu for. At Ajax Amsterdam, he was taking 25,000 euros each week. Chelsea are giving him 50,000, doubling the salary for him and they've told him that in the next 2 years, performances skyrockets and he gets better. They'll give him 75,000 euros each week for Jiao Hatu with his performances. And I mean, I saw an edit where Bleacher Report has put Marco Correa in a beach. I mean, resting, those things that they reaching when they go to the beach, they tie by the coconut trees. Or Marco Correa rested over there, and then Jiao Hatu standing there and say, Charlie, now you can rest. We'll come and play football. And I think that what Jiao Hatu does to Chelsea is that it raises the technical ability of the Chelsea team. Huge technical superiority across the field of play. There's a guy who can carry the ball. There's a guy who can comfortably pass out of the press. 1v1 threat when you're playing against some of the best wingers and you need your fullback to stand tall and deal with them. Jiao Hatu is the kind of guy that you can constantly call on to do that job for you. And Chelsea have bought such a boy at age 19. And like the people close to him at Ajax Amsterdam have always been saying, the boy is not a potential. He is a gem at age 19. And Chelsea have gotten a top player. If you're a Chelsea fan, be excited about Jiao Hatu and the kind of quality play that he's going to bring Chelsea Football Club. So what it means is that across the field of play, Chelsea has at least 2 positions for each place. Now, there are certain positions where Chelsea will have 3 players in there. The first one is the striking area because Chelsea are not too certain. The original striker who is there is Nicolas Jackson. Last season, he gave Chelsea double figures, double numbers in the league. Again, they are not certain about what Nicolas Jackson will be able to give them going. So they've brought on 2 more players to complement and said, okay, we brought in a different type of striker in Liam Delap. Liam Delap, and they the holder play, he will run the channels for us and stuff like that. But when we need somebody to be a second striker, when we play against teams that we need to break down high pressing teams, then we need to use somebody like João Pedro to start and then lead the lines for us. And they brought in João Pedro. So in strikers, Chelsea will have 3 players over there. But also, do not forget that João Pedro as a player can play on the left wing. So Chelsea can have João Pedro on the left wing. As a number 10, they want to add Xavi Simons to Marco Correa in that area. On the right hand side, Pedro Neto, and then of course Estevao Willian. Then in midfield as a proper number 6, and then a DM. Chelsea are hoping to have Romeo Lavia in that regard. Then they will have Moises Caicedo, and then they will have Dario Isugu. Then in attacking 8, Chelsea are obviously going to have Enzo Fernandez and Andre Santos in their team. Now the back line was the problem. Chelsea have 3 players on the right hand side because Reece James is injury prone. They don't know how Reece essentially is going to fare throughout the season. So what they've done is that they put Reece James there, and that is why they will not take Joshua Champion on loan. Joshua Champion is going to constantly be a cover for Reece James in that position together with Malo Gusto. Then at centre back, right centre back, there is Chaloba, there is Tosin Adrebiayo, and there is also Wesley Fofana. I've said several times that Wesley next summer is supposed to be the player, is supposed to stay fit. If Wesley stays fit, his profile is important as the cut and dot profile of centre backs. There's the need for somebody who step up into midfield, read the game, be aggressive, make sure that there is extra hand in there with the physicality. If every time last season when he was fit, you could tell that Chelsea were playing excellently well in how they wanted to play. Left-sided centre back, there is obviously Benoit Belachile, and then of course Levi Cole, because Levi Cole is constantly usually very fit, and Benoit Belachile is not bad. And the left-sided of the defense, that's where there's a Marco Correa and Jiao Hatu. So across the field of play, the Chelsea owners said that they want to give Enzo Maresca the dynamism and then the ability to be dynamic and then shuffle up his team, because he's going to be playing a lot of competitions. He'll play in the Champions League next season, Carabao Cup next season, FA Cup next season, in the league next season. And that means that they are going to be in the need for a lot of players in the English Premier League when Chelsea are playing them. That is why they need to make sure that everybody that they bring in their team is very, very solid and can go on and then go and get the job done in that regard at Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club over there, something that is to be very, very exciting. Charlie, Deco has now left Barcelona and has gone to Asia to go and join the Barca team, on their preseason tour. According to a report from Spain, Deco wants to make sure everything is going on well in their preseason tour with respect to the report and stuff like that. Last morning, I came to tell you about Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Marc-Andre ter Stegen and the issue of his injury, Sanya Maniama, and all the issues that went on. Barca would have to submit a medical report to La Liga. Once the medical report goes to La Liga, what is going to happen is that La Liga will peruse it. Barca only believe that is why they sent one of their doctors to go with Marc-Andre ter Stegen to Bordeaux. Once they finish that surgery in Bordeaux, he is going to pick up all the data, put up the medical report from the doctor, and then if that shows that Marc-Andre ter Stegen is going to be out for 4 months plus and more, then definitely Barca are going to get to free up that space to register Juan Garcia. Juan Garcia. And of course, what we are hearing is that there won't be any problems at all registering somebody like Marcus Rashford. Manchester United, Barcelona believe strongly that they can register Marcus Rashford in the game next season. Of course, the likes of Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski's the interest from Saudi Arabia is still there, but then a lot of people like myself don't think that that deal is going to happen. It doesn't look like Robert Lewandowski is going to go to Saudi Arabia as it stands now. It looks as if Robert Lewandowski is going to stay at Football Club Barcelona just so they will be able to compete. Chelsea still want to make sales. Raheem Sterling, Benjamin Chilwell, Renato Vega, all of these players are players that Chelsea want to make sure that they do some sales and then get some money and put into their coffers because Charlie, it's not easy just buying players left, right, center. But Todd Boehly said it's not just spending money, it's investment. That's what Chelsea are doing, and that's definitely investment. Imagine if Chelsea's next season, the confidence they've gotten from the Club World Cup, the confidence of qualifying for the Champions League, the ability to play well and be able to push in and go forward and get a lot of success in there. We are going to see how all of that is going to pan out. Liverpool players, no, the last few hours have been chilling. They've been chilling, they've been on a slight holiday. Hugo Kitike, Florian Wirtz, there is Ibrahima Konate, there was Virgil van Dijk, there was Alexis McAllister, Curtis Jones, all of the Liverpool boys, no, Charlie, they were outside. They were outside having some very, very good fun. Can Liverpool win the league? Yesterday I said it that Charlie, Liverpool have an excellent attack. Bringing in Ekitike, Mohamed Salah, Florian Wirtz, adding Alexander Isak possibly to it. It's an excellent team over there. But for me, the bigger problem with FC Liverpool is really about the lack of depth, the lightness of the midfield area. Ryan Gravenberch, Ando Ouattara are top players. But really, are they enough for the long haul of the season? Or maybe Liverpool has a plan in terms of how they want to play. And also, Jiao Hatu has left the club. Who plays instead of Virgil van Dijk or Ibu Konate when these two guys are not there? Or they are banking on the durability of these two players, Ibu Konate and then, of course, Virgil van Dijk in that regard. But there's still one player. Still, Alexander Isak is waiting for the Liverpool offer to officially fall on the table and then knows that Liverpool is going to be his next team. Isak there, he wants to move. He has told Newcastle United actually it is moving that he wants to move. It's forcing him out of Liverpool. Liverpool also wants Alexander Isak. They've done the deal for Luis Diaz. So then you just have to do a few analysis and go back to Newcastle United. Newcastle are waiting for the deal for Alexander Isak to come just so they can sell the Swede to Liverpool. Imagine next season. Isak, Salah, Florian Wirtz and the likes. I'm winning one of football club or Liverpool Football Club. It's really, really going to be exciting for how Liverpool are going to navigate the games, how they are going to play, the style they want to play on the ball, off the ball, the technical plan, the tactical plan. Like I mentioned the last time, Hugo Kitike looks like the guy who will play in the house spaces over there. Very, very exciting part for Team Ayefred and Liverpool when we go into the season. Manchester City also have returned from preseason. All of them players, Josko Guardiola, Erling Haaland, all the players. The Man City left the Club World Cup, I think, in a semi-final or quarter-final. Was Al Hilal that booted them out. I think it was in the quarter-final. So, obviously, this is a team where they've had some rest and then they've returned. Chelsea are in line to play on the 10th of August against AC Milan. So, Chelsea most likely should be back in preseason somewhere around the 5th of August thereabouts. And once everything goes on around the 5th of August, then they are going to start their season and then start preseason, play 2 games, and then that game against Crystal Palace in the English Premier League over there. Yes, that is it in terms of the nano pay or the tidbits or the analysis that we brought to you. Later in the day, we are going to be among the studio and bringing some more and some more details over here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. In the notification turning, you choose all. So that anytime your content every drop you are first to have it here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. I'll see you when I see you. Take care. Bye bye.